So we're going to demonstrate the use of the resource Instant Delights, and this being a resource that's been developed to help us to quite quickly talk about something small, something everyday that we have valued or cared about. And the purpose of using this is that it can bring a little extra dimension of energy maybe or connection into our conversations, and that can happen quite quickly. Because Instant Delights, as you know, is about us thinking about something that has happened maybe in the last week that maybe has given us a warm feeling inside, the good kind of goosebumps, or just been something that has been, particularly significant for us. But that can be something quite small. And so, for example, it could be something like the feeling of squashing bubble wrap, or loving the one in this example, the silence of snow falling. Yeah. So I suppose it's about noticing these very everyday moments. So that's what I'm going to invite you to do, is to think about over the last week, if it's in work or home life, has there been something that for you has been an instant delight? And I'll go first and I'll share my instant delight. And it was, went into a care home and I was in the lounge, and there was two residents sitting on the sofa side by side asleep. And one resident had her head on the other resident's shoulders. Oh. They've only known each other a matter of weeks, but actually that feeling of companionship felt really strong. And it was a pleasure to delight to see that.
So mine was last night because I got into a freshly laundered bed. Sheets, pillows, duvet cover, everything like that. It was just absolutely gorgeous, and I love the smell of my laundry being dried outside. And I can't do that anymore because I live in a flat and I don't have a garden, but you can buy these things that you put in the washing machine and they smell like they've been dried outside, and so just the cleanliness and the smell of as if it had been dried outside. Gorgeous. Going to bed last night.
So mine was this morning. I was just out with the dogs, and my youngest dog Sullivan, he's a bit nervous of other dogs, but he's really good off the lead anyway. Today he kind of ran off and wouldn't come back, and he ran at this other dog, and I was really worried about what might happen. But it was another dog that really doesn't like other dogs either, but it turns out they started kind of flirting with each other, and then he kind of looks back at me going, oh gosh, don't know what I'm doing here. So that kind of nervousness that then changed into something quite kind of funny.
Lovely, thank you. And so just if we were to spend a few moments just thinking about how it was to think about your instant delight and then share it, and anything you valued or noticed about that felt important, or anything you're kind of wondering or unsure about it. And I think something that stood out for me, Tonsa, was when you mentioned your dog flirting. I suppose, if we were to start off by saying going for dogs for a walk, well, lovely to hear, but actually when you gave that extra detail, it really helped create an image in my head of what the experience might have been like. So, and the surprise when it was a situation where you thought was going to go one way, but actually it was a surprise there. So that extra detail meant a lot to me.
Yeah, for me, I just using this resource always reminds me of that, how it helps you to kind of think of the things that have kind of really lifted your day. And again, as I've talked about, I think in the other resources, the kind of practicing of that and the noticing, but it was like reliving that moment almost. And I noticed how much I was smiling and laughing as I was talking about it.
I felt the energy that it creates, definitely.
And that was what I was going to say, is just actually how much I enjoyed listening to both your stories, actually. It was just like the two residents, kind of snuggled up together, and because I know your dogs, Tammy, it was just lovely just to... So I realised I was smiling the whole way through when I was listening to your stories, so we lived.
And I think maybe in terms of the different ways it can be used, even thinking about that at the start, I know we use this maybe sometimes at the start of a meeting, where meetings maybe people can come in with this, it can feel maybe a certain amount of heaviness, and this can bring a different kind of lightness. But I love the idea that we're trying to also demonstrate that we're just standing up. It can be something that happens quite quickly in the moment, without needing a whole lot of time or organisation in order to have these kind of moments of connection.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.